Welcome to another episode of Bench Burner Live. We appreciate everybody tuning in as always to talk some fights. We're going to be talking about UFC Macau, Song Yadong versus Davison Figueiredo. Pretty excited for this card. It sucks that it's so early in the morning. I think that's no, it's not two in a row that are early for us, but two pretty recently. It'll still be fun. International cards are always interesting. Um, it's always interesting for me, at least, to see how like those international crowds pop, see which ones do and don't. So that should be fun to see what happens. I'm excited for the card. Obviously, just me and Knuckles running the show tonight. Squared had to work late, so we will miss him. But the show will go on like the old days. How we doing, Knuckles?
Doing good, man. Doing good. It feels like I don't know why, but it feels like it's been like weeks without fights. So I don't know. But yeah, excited for this one a little bit. I mean, a little early in our necks of the woods. I mean, it's going to be 6 a.m. by the time the main card starts, and it'll be 3 a.m. when the prelims start. I tried to do that the last time they were in, I think it was Singapore or something like that, or Perth,
Right.
one of them. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, Perth. I had to work today with the Perth card, so I didn't. But before that, like Singapore, I tried watching that one. Whatever one Figgy and uh and Piotr Jan fought on, that might have been Singapore, but
That was
which was
Peter Yan and Yang Sedong, wasn't it? Or
yeah, something like that. Yeah, I get all these mixed up, man. But anyway, um, been a while. Since I've had an early card like this that I've been able to watch. Definitely will be up for the main card. I wake up at 6 naturally anyway. I think my body just wakes me up, so I'll probably be awake for that.
my dog wakes me up.
Uh, yeah, undercard. I want to. There's a couple fights I'm interested in. I am interested in the Saruya and Gruel fight, especially that being like less than like 3 weeks notice, 2 weeks notice, something crazy like that. Because Gruel just fought. Also, big fan of Loma Luke Boon Me. Not a lot of people know that about me. I like Loma, so I'd like to watch that fight, but I'm not going to be up at. I doubt I'll be up at 3 a.m. to watch that fight. But we'll be up for the rest of the card when the main card starts for sure because it actually low key hardcore. It's a hardcore heater. A lot of names that a whole lot of hardcores would recognize. And the matchups are actually quite interesting on paper if you look at like their styles and how they match up. So excited to talk about it. Excited to watch it. And let's get into it, man.
Yeah, I
So
didn't.
I guess yeah,
I didn't think I was going to be able to watch this one. I'm supposed to golf technically Saturday, but I don't think the weather's going to allow that. So I'll be up
right,
regardless.
right. All right. I guess I'll be leading the picks off this time, so Max can give the lines after the fact. So do you want me to start off the thing?
Sure.
All right, cool. Also, make sure, guys, because Squared isn't here, I forgot to say it. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, check out our pages on Instagram, Twitter, X, if you want to call it that, Facebook, at bench_burner on X, at bench burner sports everywhere else, if I'm not mistaken. I don't quote me on that, but you can find us if you look up bench burner sports. We're one of the first things that pops up, so it should be pretty easy to find. But yeah, make sure you guys give us your thoughts on the card this weekend if you guys are going to be watching, if you guys think it's awesome, all that. Appreciate you guys. But we will get into these picks real quick. Max is going to pull up the lines so he can give the lines after we're done making breaking down and talking about it. But we're going to start with Song Yadong versus Davison Figueiredo. I feel like this is kind of a fight that makes sense, but kind of a fight that I guess you could have passed over. There's a lot of people at 135 Song could have fought. Um, Figueiredo is not one that I would have had him fight because Figgy just keeps rotating wins and losses. I do believe he is about due for a loss, if I'm not mistaken. I think he won his last one. Yeah, no, he didn't. He lost his last one against Umar, so he's due for a win. So if we're going off the recent trend, maybe Figgy will win this one. But um, man, there's just a lot of power on both sides, but I think the athleticism and youth on Song's side will come through in fruition. Figgy has definitely looked old in his last couple bouts. Not saying that he's not. I'm not going to say he's competitive. Obviously, the Montel Jackson fight he won, but When he fought Corey Sandhagen, he was pretty outclassed. When he fought Umar, he was pretty outclassed. When he fought Piotr Jan, which that's been some time since that fight happened. It was a good one. Well, it's been like a year and a half. That was a really good fight. And then he obviously kind of shut out Marlon Vera. I mean, I don't know. Like he's there and he's not. I think it depends on who he fights. The
Yeah.
guys that he's beaten, as in like Cheeto, Cody Garbrandt, uh, Montel Jackson, those guys, as of late, as we know, have not looked the best. So I think Davison Figueiredo, in that sense, is a victim of circumstance. And what I mean by victim is he is fighting guys that aren't necessarily at the top of their game anymore, and it's making him look like he's still relevant in the division. I know that's a shitty thing to say, but I don't think he's there anymore. I wouldn't. I don't even know if he's like top 10 talent against like real top 10 guys. Like if he fought David Martinez tomorrow, I'd pick David Martinez to beat him. But and that being said, Song Yadong is still fairly young, still athletic as hell, still powerful as hell. And I think he has a lot more to come in the division. I think he's going to be a staple in the top 10 for probably the next 3 to 4 years at least, because he's only, I don't even, he hasn't hit 30 yet. So, give me Song in this one. And honestly, dude, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, Figgy's got a really good chin, but I feel like Song's the type of guy that could check it. So I'm going to make a bold statement on this one because there's not much to cook on outside of like just the fact that it's young versus old and uh, a guy still kind of rising versus a guy that's declining. I'm gonna go on a bold thing here. I'm gonna say Song knocks him out by the fourth or fifth round. I think that because Figgy's got a good chin, but I think it's gonna get cracked here because he hasn't really fought a lot of firepower as of late. So, what do you think of that fight, man?
Yeah. A lot of what you said, probably. I think I think Figgy never, to begin with, probably was just never bantamweight, never going to have so much success there. But I mean, also didn't help. He didn't move to bantamweight till he was like 35 years old, and
Yeah,
I talk about it all the time. Those lower weight classes are not a young man's game unless your name is Volkanovski. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, like you said, he's beating the guys that are that are there, but they're not really competing anymore at the highest level. I mean, like Rob Font, that's who he beat in his bantamweight debut. And I love Rob Font, but Rob Font's just not who he once was.
I mean, we
So
just saw what happened with him and Raul Rosas
yeah,
Jr.
right.
So,
Same with Cody Garbrandt, Cheeto, and Montel Jackson.
right.
Every time they've put Figgy in front of like a true bantamweight contender, it's not really been close, which that might not be fair. I think he's had some moments, but um,
I
yeah,
mean,
again, I just don't really.
The Piotr Jan fight was fun. I mean,
Yeah, for sure. I just don't think he's ever really been. He was never a bantamweight. Never was going to be a
nah.
bantamweight. He's
He's so
fun.
much shorter. Like he's so much shorter and smaller.
Tiny. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
just small, small and old, and that's not a good combo. Um, and Song Yadong, I mean, he he has taken. He's been one of those fighters so far in bantamweight that has taken a couple steps forward and then a step back, repeatedly. Um, his most recent fight, Sean O'Malley, I think he looked fine. I think there was an argument there that he could have pulled out a
Oh,
split.
some people thought he won. Some people
Yeah,
thought he won. Yeah.
there was definitely an argument to be made there. But I mean, even just to look like that against Sean O'Malley, which we don't really know how good that is at this point in Sean O'Malley's career, but still, yeah, I think this is going to be a dominant statement performance from Song Yudong. I
Mm.
don't know if I see him knocking him out. I think he has the power to, but I honestly, I don't know. For some reason, I see this being just like a dominant beat down for 5 rounds, like just
Could be.
yeah, a dog walking pretty much. Um, I'm gonna hate to see that for Figgy because I like Figgy. I mean, he was kind of keeping UFC title fights alive there for a while and during
And
COVID.
flyweight. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
during COVID. I mean, he was the only one that was fighting. It seemed like every fucking weekend, damn near.
Oh, dude, yeah, he would fight. Like what? He had fight like a month
He,
apart, like a
yeah,
title.
he defended the belt against Benavidez
Yeah, he beat Joey B.
on a
Yeah,
fight
and
night, on a Saturday fight night.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, he
and then
beat
I think
Joey B. And then he turned around
yeah,
and fought. Was it
Perez, right?
Perez?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
he
Fuck.
went on a
He was on a
wild
heater.
run. Yeah, I mean
He was on a heater, dude.
he beat
He was on a
Cheeto
heater.
in May of 2020, which was like right when COVID was taking off.
Yeah,
Um, oh wait, no, sorry, no, that's Song Yadong still. Um,
yeah.
yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. Cheeto was not fighting for belts in 2020. 2020 alone, he beat Benavidez twice. He beat him. He knocked him out in February, and then fought him again in July.
Dude,
Um,
they were so sad to watch. Dude, Joey B went out bad,
he did.
bad.
Then he beat Alex Perez in 2020.
Did he knock him out?
No, he guillotined him in the first round.
I couldn't remember. Yeah,
So
yeah. Perez.
the first Joey B fight was a second round finish. The second one was
Right.
a first round finish, and then the Alex Perez was a first round finish. And then
Yeah.
right after that was when him and Moreno had that draw. And then from there, obviously we know
The
what happened.
tetralogy, yeah. Because what was it like? The only person in that what you call a tetralogy, 4 fights in a row, the only person that didn't fight somebody else was Figgy. Figgy fought, I think, if I remember, he fought
Yeah.
Moreno 4 times in a row.
Yep.
Moreno had the one off with KKF,
Yeah.
you know. But dude, that'd have been cool if they just would have only fought each other for 4 fights in a row. That'd have been kind of crazy. We don't see that
Wild.
anymore, man. We
It
don't see
was
like
a wild time in the bantamweight division or the flyweight
it
division.
was. Yeah.
Um, So yeah, I mean, give me Song easily. The line on that is Song Yadong is a minus 600 favorite to Figgy's plus 440.
I
So
would. I hate saying that at this stage in his career, but I think that's pretty close to accurate. But again,
yeah, I think so too. I
Figgy's got
also
the power, but Song's got a hell of a chin, dude. He was getting tuned
yeah,
up by both, or he got tuned up by Corey Sandhagen and still was holding on. So
and I mean Song Yadong is just fucking jacked, dude. He's so
yeah,
big.
he's
Um,
a Chinese test experiment, bro.
he's like the mini Ivan Drago, like
For real, yeah.
mini
He's fucking,
Chinese Ivan Drago.
and he's looked the same for like legitimately 10 years. You know,
Yeah,
like, and he's only like 27 or something.
yeah,
Something
he's
stupid. Yeah,
28 now.
28. Damn. God, but all right. Well, there was that one. We'll go ahead and go on to the co-main event of the evening. Zhang Minyang versus Alonzo Menifield in a 205 fight. Zhang is most recently coming off of that loss to Johnny Walker, kind of an embarrassing performance. I mean, he was beating Johnny's ass for a minute, and then Johnny started leg kicking him, and Zhang was like, "Oh shit, I don't know how to defend leg kicks," and kind of got whooped. Menifield, if I'm not mistaken, got absolutely rolled over in his last fight. Who was it against? Was that against? He got
Uh,
slept
Vulcan
bad.
Ozdemir.
Yeah, he got ran over by Uzi, our boy. Uh, yeah, man. This is really good matchmaking. Honestly, like I don't praise light heavyweight matchmaking very much, but this kind of makes sense for both fighters. It gives Zhang kind of a step down. It gives Alonzo Menifield a chance to show that he's still potentially relevant in the 205-pound division. Um, but this feels like a match kind of tailor made for Zhang Minyang to go out and showcase his power unless Alonzo Menifield pulls off one of the things that he's good at, and that's just being really goofy and being able to find a way to win because he does that a lot. He just kind of wills his way. He reminds me, he's the 205 version of David Onama. He just finds ways to find a win. Um, but I think this should be a relatively like quick path to a knockout early on in the fight for Zhang Minyang. I don't really think Alonzo is going to present a lot of options on the other side. I mean, I think he has like power. I think he has some grappling to him, but um, yeah, I don't know. This just feels like a clear cut Zhang uh, KO right here, like probably first or second. I'm going to say first round because it's 205. Those guys crack. So I could be wrong. Alonzo might pull off something silly, but I go with Zhang. What do you think about that, man?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think one of the ways you can compare Alonzo Minifield in his career is probably not as good as Alexander Volkov, but he kind of is like Alexander Volkov. Like he'll beat everybody he's supposed to beat, and then you
Right.
put him against a contender and he loses. So I mean, he went on a run there against. He beat Askar, most whoever that is, never heard of him. Misha Serkunov. He had a draw with Jimmy Crute. Then he beat Jimmy Crute. Then he beat Dustin Jacoby. Then they put him against Carlos Olberg and he gets knocked out in 12 seconds.
Right.
And then lost to Azamat Mirzakhanov right after. Then he comes
Yeah.
back and beats Julius Walker and Omar Sy, and then loses to Volkan Ozdemir. So like he's beating the guys he's supposed to, and then losing the
I would
fights.
compare him to like a Neil Magny, man. Like he's a Neil Magny.
I
Like,
could see that.
yeah, yeah,
And then Ming Yang, Zhang Ming Yang. Obviously, he's 3-1, like you said. His only loss is to Johnny Walker. And I mean, at the end of the day, like anybody can get touched by Johnny Walker. As funky as he is, he still does have a lot of power in his hands. And I know, like you had mentioned, he started it off with the leg kicks.
yeah.
Um,
Cooked him. Yeah,
I think that was probably a good wake up call for John, if anything.
yeah.
So I think it's very dependent on I guess what Zhang shows up. But yeah, no, I'm in agreement. I think he handles Minifield probably first round knockout. Um, Minifield very well could do something crazy, like you said, but I don't know.
He's a goofy guy.
He
He's a
is.
goofy guy.
So in this one, Ming Yang is a minus 265. Alonzo Minifield is plus 215. I don't see anything wrong with those odds.
That's a good line. Yeah. All right. Well, there's that one. Kind of breezing through these. I figured we would. This is kind of for anybody watching, this is just kind of one of those cards that you kind of, you know what's going to happen. There's not a whole lot of stakes here for a lot of these guys. But anyway, moving on to the next one. This one does have some stakes, actually, because this could determine a future heavyweight contender. We've got Sergey Pavlovich versus Talison Teixeira. Uh, Kind of like a little puzzled by this matchmaking, honestly. Pavlovich coming off of a win against WCA last year. WCA who has been absolutely on a heater. I mean, obviously just lost to Volkov, excuse me, but was on a heater. Pavlovich gave him a loss, and Pavlovich is, beating some of the best and losing to only the best and people like Volkov and Tom Aspinall and stuff like that. So he's obviously still a very good fighter. He has been very, very tentative since the fight with Aspinall, which has been just really worrisome. Um, in this fight with Talison Teixeira, I'm going to be blatantly honest. I think Talison Teixeira is pretty ass. Uh, I don't think he's very good. He's just really long and can throw pretty hard, but Pavlovich actually, I believe, has a longer reach than Teixeira, even though Teixeira has like 3 or 4 inches of height advantage on him. Pavlovich has one of the longest reaches in the UFC history, period, if I'm not mistaken. And he's got lunch boxes for hands. He's got massive mitts. Um, I feel like he could do the comfortable path like he did against WCA and just use his boxing and stay crisp. And honestly, at will, I think he could probably take down Teixeira like pretty easily and kind of control it that way too. He has grappling. He has a background in grappling to a point. Even though he got taken down and controlled by Alistair Overeem way back several years ago, but I still think he could definitely dominate Teixeira on the ground. Teixeira's one option he has on his side is the nuclear option, which is knocking Pavlovich out. I don't see that happening. And I'm not going to say we're going to see the old version of Pavlovich. I just don't think it's going to happen. I think he's kind of lost that trigger. But what I do see here is a pretty clean cut, probably boring decision for Pavlovich. He's probably going to use a lot of grappling and probably keep him on the end of a jab. Might touch him here and there with some hooks, but unfortunately, probably a heavyweight over. And yeah, give me Pavlovich on this one.
Yeah. This one's an interesting one, like you said. Obviously, Talison Teixeira, he just beat Tai Tuivasa, big whoop, in 2026.
Barely. Fucking had
Yeah,
to struggle for that one.
yeah. Um, And then before that, got knocked out by Derek Lewis in Nashville. That was pretty cool to see live. Uh, this one is weird though, because like I don't know. I feel like in heavyweight, when you're just giving someone a puncher's chance, like that's a little different
Yeah,
than doing that in like lightweight or
true,
featherweight,
true.
because everybody hits so damn hard. And uh, with Pavlovich being so timid lately, like you said, that's dangerous because Taliesin Teixeira is that guy that will come forward. That's what got him in trouble against Derek Lewis.
He
But
has kicks too, right? Like he has a little bit of kicks. I think
yeah,
he has
yeah.
kicks. Yeah.
So I mean, I know Pavlovich has the reach, but if he doesn't throw, then he could be in trouble because Taliesin Teixeira has proven he will come forward. Um,
Oh
so
yeah, he don't give a fuck.
no,
He don't. Yeah.
no. So I don't see it going to decision either way, to be honest.
Okay, fair,
I think
fair, fair.
I think Pavlovich is going to have to throw or die, like because he's got
I
chinned
like that.
and Taliesin Teixeira has mitts. I agree with you. I don't rate him much as far as being a serious contender, but
No, he'll be fun.
yeah, he's fun. And I mean, it's not a good combination of a guy that comes forward with a lot of pressure and heavy power and a guy that
Mhm.
has been notoriously timid since that Aspinall fight, like you said.
Good point. Yeah, good point.
But that being said, I'm not ready to pick Taliesin Teixeira over Pavlovich. You know what I mean? Kind of
Right.
playing devil's advocate there, but I'm not ready for that pick. Uh, I think I don't want to just for us to agree across the board all night, but so far these are pretty easy. Um, yeah, I think Pavlovich has been there, done this. Uh, I think he'll have more of the home crowd support than Teixeira. Um, is this where is this? Is it in an arena? I don't know. I mean,
It's got to be, and it's in Macau. Or is it? Fuck, what was the name of that place?
Galaxy Arena.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because yeah, Galaxy. Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
so it is an arena. So that'll be fun. Um, hopefully, we don't get a boring heavyweight stare off. I really hope not. But again, Taliesin Teixeira goes forward until he gets tired. So let's hope that he does that in this one too. Um, yeah, give me Pavlovich by probably like I'd say second round KO. I think he catches him coming in. Um,
Hmm.
I think he'll probably know all the things we're saying as far as having to turn the hands on because I mean the dude is a great boxer. Like even with I mean he like you mentioned the reach, but just the skill too. I mean the guy is fast as fuck for as big as he is.
Yeah.
Um, that being said, the line is fucking crazy. Um, Sergey Pavlovich is a minus 625 favorite to Taliesin Teixeira's plus 455 underdog. Uh,
I'm gonna have to sprinkle on some Taliesin
yeah,
Sherrick.
dude.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't see
It's
it.
heavyweight.
I
Nobody
don't
at
see it.
heavyweight. I don't care if it's Tom Aspinall. I don't care if it's Alex Pereira versus fucking uh uh Huggy Bear Chris Barnett. Like I don't care who it is. Like nobody at heavyweight should be that big of a favorite unless it is just, especially when a guy is 6'7". Like,
Yeah, yeah.
like
No kidding.
that's crazy. That's crazy. Well, so going on to the next one though, we have a um another like odd pairing, but it's a setup for one person to like they're praying he has success because if he doesn't, then he's definitely out. We have Kai Asakura versus Cameron Smotherman. Asakura famously had a very, very piss poor run at flyweight. Uh, if you look at the guy, he's not a flyweight. Shouldn't be fighting a flyweight. He's huge. He's like one of the biggest flyweights you've ever seen. And when he was cutting, like I guess he made weight comfortably. I think he just gave up a lot of power cutting down to flyweight. And then we have on the other end, we have Cameron Smotherman, a what I would say, unfortunately, and no disrespect to Cameron Smotherman, a failed prospect. There was a lot of people high on him coming into the UFC. He's now 12-6. Lost his last two fights against not Ricky Tercios, Ricky Simone and Siri City. Um,
He's losing to
and then
Ricky He He's got a real problem.
well, he was booked against. Speaking of, he was booked against Ricky Tercios, but obviously fell on stage after a very bad
Oh
week.
yeah, God.
Yeah.
What about that?
Um, so man, I don't know. We're seeing a guy that might need to fight at 145 because he's having trouble making weight. And we have a guy that probably should be fighting, who used to be a flyweight. So, um, I think this is a setup fight for Kai Asakura. If he loses this one, yeah, he's done. Like they're gonna cut him. They're probably gonna cut both of them either way after this fight. If Kai loses, because I don't think Cameron Smotherman's long for the UFC. Honestly, he's probably more suited for a PFL run or maybe Scott Coker's organization this next year, whatever. Something. Get your game back up and try to see if you can get back on the road again and get some wins on the regional scene. Kai Asakura, on the other hand, very exciting fighter, very very good in other organizations, but it just hasn't translated to the UFC. I think there's a curse, dude, with big fighters coming from other organizations to the UFC and just not performing up to par. We've seen it time and time again. Very few successes. I mean, even like look. I'll use a guy who's had success, but would I call him successful in the UFC? No. MVP is an example of a guy who's had success in the UFC with wins, but none of them have been exciting. There's not a single fight that he's had that's been exciting in the UFC.
I
So
mean, I don't think a single one of those Bellator guys has had success.
Alexander Volkov, but he was grandfathered in. It doesn't count. That's a whole
Yeah,
different generation.
but I mean,
That's a
even
whole
I'm talking to the point of like
yeah.
title. Like Chandler
Trying to
has
think of
not done well
anybody.
in the UFC. He's
I
fine.
know there's I know there's somebody
I
that
mean,
came in.
obviously Yuri, but that's not Bellator.
Right. Yaroslav Amosov. It's to be seen if he'll have success.
For sure.
Which he's done better so far than anybody else coming in. But
Yeah.
and hey, and we'll see. We might be seeing soon. Uh, fun fact for anybody listening to this: Usman Nurmagomedov just had a fight booked against some dude in the PFL, and it's the last fight on his contract, and he has not re-signed. The PFL did not re-sign him, so um, they're going to
I
work
mean,
on trying to re-sign.
you could kind of count Horiguchi, right?
Oh, Horiguchi, yeah, but he was UFC first, so it doesn't
I
count.
know. Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I don't know, man, but yeah, so but stay tuned for Usman possibly fighting in the UFC in the next year. So I bet you he joins because now that Islam's out of lightweight, that's a clear path. But anyway, back to this fight. Yeah, I think that Cameron Smotherman's weight cut issues and Kai Asakura's power, especially at 35, will translate. And I think that Kai will get a knockout. Not super confident he can get crazy and maybe he's terrible on the ground. So if Cameron has any form of ground game, which I don't think he has tons of it, just give me Kai by knockout. I think that Cameron Smotherman's chin's gonna be a little weakened by poor weight cuts and stuff. So yeah, give me that.
Yeah. I yeah, I like that take. Cameron Smotherman obviously was a highly touted prospect. Hasn't panned out quite the way they thought he was going to. Kaya Sakura came in and fought for a title and hasn't looked great at all. Granted, I mean, he didn't look terrible in the Pantoja fight until he got finished, but
Yeah,
got finished by Tim Elliott. But I guess anybody going in there against Tim Elliott right now is getting guillotined. So, um, except for I think he just fought and lost. But yeah, I don't know. I think, like you said, they're giving a last feeder effort to Kaya Sakura here. Um, I think he'll probably be better off at bantamweight. And then he's fighting a guy that depletes the hell out of himself to make it. So I don't really have much to add to what you said. Honestly, I think Kaya Sakura wins pretty handily. This matchmaking on this card is kind of rough, but
it's just cut and dry. It's kind of cut and dry, but hey,
yeah.
if the
Um,
underdogs win, it'll give us some variety.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think probably by knockout, like you said. I mean, Cameron Smotherman, if he even makes it to the octagon at this rate, it's not looking great. I mean, he has not been finished yet in the UFC, but he also hasn't fought a finisher really. He's fought like Ricky Simone and whatever they
Yeah,
do.
Siri City. Yeah, Siri
Yeah.
City. Which both of those guys are decision merchants. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
True. So, yeah, I don't know. I think Cameron Smotherman can make it relatively competitive, but
Oh, I
kind
think
of
it'll be a fun fight. Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
I think he could do well leaving the organization for a while, winning some fights, and coming back.
yeah, because he's young as hell. Hold on, I
He's
just had
28.
that pulled up. Yeah,
He's
he's
28.
yeah.
So
He
you
can
got
come
time.
back when he's like, yeah, he could go in, dude. If he fights
Like
like,
three
especially on
fights.
regionals, you can fight
Yeah.
3 or 4 times on the regionals in a year. So yeah, get a couple years under your belt, come back.
Also,
Anyway,
I feel
next
like we're beating a dead horse here, but uh, go to a real fucking gym.
yeah, oh, dude, we say it every time. Yeah, like small gyms are great, and we hope that more small gyms grow into bigger gyms. But it's hard.
Somebody just moved to a big gym that we were talking about recently. I was trying to find.
Yeah. Uh, Malcolm Wellmaker moved to
Yes.
American. Yeah, he moved to
Yeah.
American.
Great
Yeah, yeah,
move. Great move.
and I think that will serve him well. I'm hoping
Yeah.
anyway. I think that's a great gym going down there with Mike Brown and everybody. So,
It just, I mean,
uh,
it works for a very few people, but for the most part, you're going to be fighting the best in the world. You got to train with the best in the world.
yeah, yeah, you got to. There are very few exceptions for people who are coming out of quote unquote smaller gyms that you just have to be an otherworldly talent. Stipe
Yeah.
Miocic coming
Freak of
out of
nature.
the yeah, Stipe, Connor, because SBG wasn't big until Connor. I mean, all those guys like it just you
Yeah.
have to. But anyway,
I don't think Volk's gym's very big,
no, not
which, I mean,
his
he
original
trains
gym.
pretty kickboxing here and there, though. So,
Yeah, but his original gym. A lot of those guys kind of branch out, which I do like. I think that's good.
yeah.
But anyway, next fight up. This one actually, I mean, I don't know. I will probably
Oh,
have
oh,
the same
sorry.
thing.
Wait, real quick. The
Yeah.
odds for Asakura
Yes.
Smotherman.
Yes.
Asakura is a minus 285 favorite. Smotherman is a plus 230 dog.
Really surprised it's not wider, but hey, that's cool. Um, I think that's some value on Asakura. They're kind of low key, but
I think it's
uh,
probably just question marks, a new division, lost twice in a
yeah.
division.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Next fight up, Jake Matthews. The group chat knows that's one of our legendary boys right there. Jake Matthews versus Carlston Harris here. Actually, like a pretty solid fight, depending on how you look at it. A lot of people kind of underrate Carlston Harris, and a lot of people kind of underrate Jake Matthews, honestly, when it comes down to it. Jake Matthews, when he's on, can look like one of the best fighters you've ever seen in your life. And when he's off, it's just a rough night at the office. Kind of got robbed in his fight against Neil Magny. Was that his last one? I think
Yeah,
it might have been. Yeah.
but he got finished.
Yeah.
He had
Well,
Darst.
he thought he got a finish, and then that's
Right.
what sucked is he thought he got a finish, and then they said that the round ended or whatever, and then he like had an adrenaline dump and shit like that. It was kind of a weird one. Had an
I
adrenaline, and
didn't.
then when you
I
had
was. I didn't see that fight. I was in rehab during that fight.
yeah,
So
I think I mean I don't know, like I'm indifferent on it. I think it was bullshit. I think he kind of like they made him think he won, and anyway, yeah. But anyway, and then Carlson Harris, man, he's a guy who is good at giving certain people competitive fights, and at the same time, he's good at getting got. He's 38, so he's a little old. Jake Matthews is probably still like 22 because Jake Matthews, he's been the same age forever. Now he's
he's
like,
only
what?
31.
Yeah, he's only 31. He's been in the UFC since he was 19, so he's been around forever. Uh, Carlson Harris has looked a lot worse lately, honestly, because I forgot he's coming off of losses to
He also has a flat
Ponzinibbio.
year and a half.
Yeah. He's coming off of losses to Ponzinibbio and Chaos Williams. And I feel like, as much as I love Ponzinibbio, if you're losing to Ponzinibbio in the year 2025, early 2025, on my birthday of all days, then you might want to reconsider probably going to a something else. But yeah, give me Jake Matthews in this one. But this is the type of fight that Jake Matthews can look really good in and then lose. But I'm going to go Jake Matthews. I mean, I don't think that I don't think Harris is as good as Cheaty, and he kind of ran over Cheaty. So, uh, but who knows? Harrison could give him some, or Carlson Harris could give him some issues on the ground. But I'm going to go with Jake Matthews to do it, probably by decision.
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna use some MMA math here, which doesn't usually work, but I think it makes sense here. If you look at Jake Matthews since 2019, his losses are to Sean Brady, Matthew Simmelsberger, which Simmelsberger had a few
He
good.
lost the semi. Holy
Yeah,
shit!
yeah.
God,
But other than that, it's only been Sean Brady, Michael Morales, and Neil Magny. And obviously, sounds like the Neil Magny one was a little bit controversial. So, I mean, he's only lost 3 fights this decade. Um, the dude is like sneaky put together a run. I mean, in that time, he's won three, four, five, seven. So 7-3 in his last 10. He's only 31. Seems to be getting nothing but better. Um, he's an Aussie, and like you said, losing to Ponzinibbio in 2025 is just not a good look. Give me Jake Matthews probably pretty easily. I don't
I'm
know
ready.
if I'm gonna go. Give me uh Give me rear naked choke. He likes to sub dudes quite a bit. His last two,
Yeah, but man, Harris is kind of like you got to be careful with him on the ground.
yeah, that's fair. Okay,
I think he's going to keep it standing. I think he's going to keep. I think he's going to keep it standing.
I think he can finish him on the feet.
Oh, I think
Carlson
he can
Harris, yeah,
volume. I think he
yeah.
can. I think he can
Carlson
volume.
Harris has lost by KO 4 times, and
Yeah,
his last 2 times were losses by.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think his chin's. I think his chin's
Yeah,
probably going to
okay.
fall.
I changed. Change. You've convinced me. Jake Matthews by knockout. Um, and Jake Matthews is a -425 favorite to Carlson Harris's +330 dog.
Dude,
These are some
damn,
fights.
they're just giving us some early morning like nasty favorites,
Yeah,
bro.
these are some crazy fucking matchups, dude.
God, I'm trying to pick. I'm trying to think of which guy I'm going to sprinkle, like the which underdog I'm going to sprinkle $5 on. It's probably going to be Teixeira. Probably
I'm
gonna,
about to say it's got to be Teixeira.
yeah, it's got to be Teixeira, and it's going to be knockout. I'm going to
Yeah,
sprinkle Teixeira by knockout.
yeah.
All
He's
right,
not
well,
gonna win. 100%.
no. Next one up. This could be a good fight depending on how you look at it. I'm really trying to sell him, but honestly,
Hey,
like this could be. This
Alex
could
Perez
be,
still has time to pull out.
bro. Yeah, he still has time. He still has time to pull out of that Asu Almabaya fight forever. No, but anyway, this is Alex Perez versus Sumadarji. This kind of like Perez has a better chin, but this gives me Schnell Sumadarji vibes, kind of like same level. I do think Perez is a little bit more skilled, a little bit better chin. Um, but like Sumadarji is always game to be in a fight. He's a little wishy-washy, lanky. I mean, he's really lanky, so he's long. He can, make it keep people on the end of his strikes. But I think Perez, dude, I think he is just the perfect flyweight gatekeeper. He's great. He's beating the people he's supposed to beat. Didn't he beat, was it Steve Urseg, right? I think.
Who, Perez?
Yeah, Perez, right? Or was it him? Perez beat somebody pretty impressive recently. Let me look up.
Charles Johnson.
Charles Johnson, yeah, and he looked really good. He was beating his ass.
Yeah.
And Charles Johnson, as we know, and I would pick if he fought Sumadarji tomorrow, I'd pick Charles Johnson to beat Sumadarji. Um, so I think Perez is going to be the consummate professional that he is, outside of pulling out of every fucking fight. But I think if he makes it to the fight, which he's shown consistency that he's been like he went from like pulling out of every fight to actually showing up to every fight. It's weird. He'll show up to this
Supposed
fight.
to fight Steve Urseg
He
in
was.
August,
That's right. That's right.
and
Yeah.
he pulled out. So he's got 2 in a row under his belt that he didn't pull out of.
Fuck. Anyway, well, give me Perez though. Give me Perez by decision here. I think it's going to be a kind of wild flyweight fight. Sumadarji's a chaos merchant, and Perez is kind of I don't know, man. I like him. I told you guys. I've told you, Max, for a while. I really like Perez, even though he pulls out every fight. I really like him.
No, I like
He's
Perez
kind of
too.
like Yeah, I like him. He's kind of like Tim Elliott. I just like those flyweight veterans that have been around for a minute. So yeah, give me Perez in this one by decision. Um, but Sue could. I mean, he looked really good in his last fight too. So could be an upset here. Wouldn't be surprised. So yeah, but give me Perez.
Yeah. I think this one is definitely the closest matchup we've talked about tonight.
Yeah.
Every time I think of Sumaderji, though, I think of the fucking Matt Schnell fight where he had him
Yeah.
dead and then he resurrected himself and got triangled. So uh, I don't know, man. And if you look at, yes, Sumaderji's looked better. He's still young. He's only 30. So he's been in the UFC hell since he was like uh, 24, I think. Or
Yeah, he's
20,
been in
no,
them
not even
Chinese dudes.
22.
Yeah, those Chinese
22.
dudes get in the UFC early. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, he still has a long way to go if he wants to. I mean, he's won three in a row, so this is not going to be like a kick out kind of thing. Well, shit, I say that, but flyweight's heating up, and he hasn't had a finish since 2020. And he also went to split decision with Mitch Raposo. So that's not a great. That's one of the wins in his last three. I mean, he beat
Yeah.
Mitch Raposo, Kevin Borjas, and Jesus Aguilar. So they're not like,
That Borjas one's looking good because Borjas is pretty decent. He's not bad yet.
yeah, well, I mean, he's lost four out of his last five.
But Borjas, look at who he's fought. Hadn't he fought like good? Did he beat
Yeah, I
Lazy?
mean,
Did he beat
but
Lazy Boy? Lazy Boy is
Imanol,
no, he lost to Eminal, right?
yeah.
The guy before Ronaldo
Ronaldo
Rodriguez.
Rodriguez. Yes, he did. He
Yeah,
did. He did.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
So well,
but I
Borjas maybe
mean,
not as good
he
as that.
lost to Josh Van, which obviously has aged beautifully.
Yeah,
Alessandro Costa, Sumaderji, and Imanol Rodriguez. So I
yeah,
mean, yeah,
dude.
he's
He's
been thrown into
so
the
fucking
but
Borjas is fucking fought a heater competition. Yeah, dude.
yes. Uh, but other than that, like I mean, the split decision with Mitch Raposo in 2025 speaks for itself to me. Um, I don't know. Maybe he gets better. He fights with Team Alpha Male occasionally. He trains over there. So I think Uriah Faber is one of those guys that's always with him. Come to think of it.
Yeah,
Uh,
yep.
and like you said, Alex Perez, he's a dog. He's been around forever,
Love him.
which is crazy that he's only 8-6 in the UFC. That's just you wouldn't think that. But
You
those
got to
six
fight.
losses,
You got to fight.
I mean, the six losses are his most recent ones: Asu Amabayev, Tatsuro Taira, Muhammad Mokayev, Pantoja, Davison Figueiredo, Benavidez in 2018, which is still not a bad loss at that time.
Yep.
Like his losses in the UFC, not a single bad loss, not one. Um, and I mean, he's obviously had that generational run of pulling out of fights. I am shocked he didn't get cut. I'm shocked. Uh,
They love him for some
yeah,
fucker. They
he
love
was
him.
supposed to fight Steven Urseg in August of last year, pulled out of that one too, then lost to Asu Omabayev and beat Charles Johnson this year in January on that first Paramount card. Actually, he was on and knocked out Charles Johnson. Um, yeah, I like Alex Perez a lot. He still has time to pull out. Hopefully, he doesn't. Um, I won't believe it until the fight's probably over for a couple days. Then I'll believe they're fighting.
You're gonna like
Uh,
wake up like, do you pull out?
yeah, I wake up Monday morning and look, and then be like, okay, he fought. Uh,
Wow.
yeah, Perez. Give me Perez by. I don't
You're gonna be
know.
Matt Schnell situation. Get a sub. Get that
That
triangle.
would be crazy, dude, if that
Yeah.
happened again.
He's good at dude. He's not bad on. He's pretty good with it on the ground too.
And
He's good everywhere. That's what I love about Perez. He's good about everywhere.
6 out of the 7 losses for Sumadeus come by submission. So that motherfucker
Oh,
needs to crack holy.
give me that fucking. I'm going Perez
Yeah.
sub on my fucking. I'm betting that. I'm
I
betting
mean,
that.
it's probably not very great odds. Let's see. The odds for that are um, let's see. Alex Perez sub is plus 330, not bad.
When I'm gonna
Um,
let everybody know before we do. So we're gonna do the. We'll probably post the bench burner parlay tomorrow since the card's early, and we'll get Squared's pick, and we'll see if Coop has one as well. I'm already calling it. That's my
yeah.
pick for the parlay. That it's not
Uh,
gonna hit, but let's do it.
yeah. Well, fuck. Perez has 7 wins by submission in his career.
That's what. Yeah, bro. I'm throwing it. I'm
Yeah.
throwing it, dude.
Dude, I mean, if Sumudaerji loses by submission again, put him in, send him to AKA, like do something.
Send him 2-3 years to extend and forget.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that's the
Well,
main card. The
yeah.
odds, straight up money line for that
Yeah.
is Alex Perez is -130, Sumudaerji is +110. Closest line on the main card. Pretty much a pick
All
'em.
right. Well, that's pretty much it. I mean, there's not much else to talk about. Haven't You guys haven't been chiming in too much, or actually at all this one, but that's understandable. This is one of those kind of ones that you love it or leave it type. But some notable names on the undercard, we have Richie Lang versus Cody Haddon. I think that should be a pretty fun one. Both guys from that side of the world, so they'll be in their kind of prime time zones. So that'll be a fun one. And then Ray Saruya versus Luis Garul. Garul just coming off of a win a couple weeks ago in a pretty damn good fight, if I remember right. He was they were throwing heaters at each other. Finally got his first UFC win, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
So that'll be a fun one. I would do quick picks, but I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't know a lot of these guys, and I just busy with work. A lot of debutantes, actually.
A lot of
Of
road
the
to
of the 6 fight, or how many is that? 6, 7 of the 7 fights on the official prelims, according to the graphic I've got here from Marcel Dorf. Uh, 3 of the 7 fights are only debutantes, and then one is a debutante versus Angela Hill. So there are
They're
debutantes
not
in.
even. Yeah, I mean, they're technically not even debutantes because it's road to UFC finalists.
Is that what they all are? Is that what it is?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Marcel
so
didn't have them separated, so I didn't
yeah.
know.
Ding Meng and Jose Enrique,
Okay, okay,
Yisaki and Luis Felipe Diaz, and then
okay.
Ju Kongji versus Ramon Tavares. That's all.
Oh, is Tavares stepped in?
Yeah, he can't. He's stepping in, but the other guy is.
Vera. So that Vera guy he dropped out.
Yes.
Oh, okay, see, I'm using one of Marcel's old. I think I'm using his from like a couple weeks ago. That's why I didn't have it updated.
Ramon
But
Tavares stepped in, I believe.
oh god, we get to see Ramon Tavares. God.
Oh shit! Never mind. I
It's
think I
not
was.
Tavares.
Yeah, Ramon Tavares pulled out. Now it's Rodrigo Vera.
Oh, and this Vera guy stepping in. Okay,
Shit. Yeah.
right on. So yeah, I mean, interesting. So we probably won't do quick picks. I mean,
Yeah.
kind of crazy. I will say the one thing that's kind of crazy is that Angela Hill is on the undercard of a UFC Macau card, and man, she's everywhere. And as we know, guys, there are 3 things in life that are certain in life, and that is uh, death, taxes, and Angela Hill split decision. Doesn't matter if it's win or loss; it's going to be an Angela Hill split decision either way. She's either going to lose or win. Um, but yeah, that's the card pretty well. If you guys have anything to chime in with, obviously chime in now. Um, yeah, I don't know. I'm not like I want to watch a couple of these fights on the undercard, like Gruel and Saruya, because I am interested in that, and I'm interested in the Richie Lang and Cody Haddon. But it's going to be brutal waking up. Those will probably be rolling around. I would say 4:30 our time. It's going to be pretty rough to try to wake up by that time, but we'll see.
What I did last time and what I'll probably try to do this time is I like woke up at 3-ish, threw the card on, and then fell back asleep.
That
But
happened to me the last time that they had that I watched one that was over there. But
yeah,
um,
I'll try.
yeah, that's about it, I guess. Not too bad, not too bad. I mean, getting some content that con. I'm stuffed up, guys. I'm sorry. It's been a long day. Got dust and everything else, and some personal stuff going on. But yeah, I will probably come out with a video, another one of those 1 minute. I think it was called One Rounder, is what Squared ended up going with
Yeah.
for the title. I'll probably do something like that. Maybe talk about some stuff going on with this card. Maybe reflect on weigh-ins. I don't know. We'll see. We'll do something. I'm going to try to do more of those one-rounders, and maybe we can get some more one-rounders from the boys here and there. So, um, but yeah, we'll get it done and
One more
get it
thing
going. And
too. They had a Road to the UFC this morning, and they also have one tomorrow morning. So if you're at work
okay,
and have nothing to do, ladies and gentlemen, they've got
yeah,
a Road to the UFC on Fight Pass, I
heck
would
yeah,
imagine.
yep. I don't know if there's much other. I don't know. I don't think PFL has anything going on. I'm trying to like advertise other MMA because everybody thinks that I'm UFC purist. I am, but but I'm trying to. I don't think there's much else going on this weekend for MMA. If there is, I will maybe tweet about
Uh,
it.
LFA through 234s tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
Holly Holm is
She
boxing.
boxing?
Yeah,
Boxing?
against Stephanie Han again.
All right,
Uh,
cool.
she's boxing, I think, Saturday night. Risen, that's not till next week, actually. Risen and Octagon have some fights next week.
All right. All right, cool. Well, so it's kind of a we're kind of in that weird dead space that we get right before everything starts heating back up again. So if you guys are
Yeah.
combat sports fans, stick with us. There will be more content. I mean, we're about to hit the like prime time this next month with the White House card, and then we'll have International Fight Week, and we have fights in between that. And then there'll also be there'll be a shit ton of fights announced because we still got to wait for the Yan and
Well, we've got
Barad
a
rematch.
pretty fun fight night next week. And I don't know if you saw Bryce Mitchell stepped in to fight Victor Henry because,
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
yeah, whoever Victor Henry was going to
yeah.
fight fell out.
So
So, I
yeah,
mean,
we got
that's a
yeah.
stacked card. I mean, next week you've got Bilal Muhammad, Bonfim, Billy Elikana versus Iwu Bernuski. Imanol Rodriguez, who we were just talking about, comes back and fights Matt Schnell. Edgar Chairez.
Oh God,
Yeah. Yeah. Edgar
they're trying to
Chairez.
fucking.
Edgar
That's
Chairez
nasty.
fights Bruno Silva. That would be fun.
Woo! That'll be fun. Yeah.
Brendan Allen versus Edmund Shabazian.
Why did
Um,
he take that?
yeah. Bryce Mitchell, Victor Henry, Marcus
Okay.
McGee versus Jacob Wicklax. Um,
Woo!
yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
Uh,
Okay.
Joanderson Britu versus Jordan Levitt. Um,
That's fun. Hell
yeah.
yeah.
Tom Nolan versus Fares Ziam.
Oh shit, that's a banger.
Yeah, Ketlin
Damn.
Souza versus Ariane Carnelosi, Priscilla Cachoeira versus Chelsea Chandler. So altogether, that's a pretty damn
Oh
good
Jesus
card.
Christ, they did Cachoeira versus Chandler.
Yeah,
They're doing the two meme fighters. They're doing the chick who runs away and the chick who gets knocked out every time she fights. Oh my god, that's gonna be fantastic.
so
That's gonna
that's
be
going to be a great card. Honestly, that's a pretty damn. Where is that card? That's got. It
it's in
can't
the
be.
Apex.
No
It's in the
way.
Apex.
How are they
Yeah.
doing that good of a card in the Apex? That's just.
Because you know why? Who's the headliner? Who's the
I
headliner?
get it. I get it. I get
Yeah.
it.
They said,
But
fuck you,
man,
Bilal. They
for
hate
the
Bilal,
rest of
bro.
them, that's crazy.
Hey, the thing is, if they really are true to this, like getting more audience, like, dude, like they'd had at brand risk. Get that amount of people in the Apex. Get that amount of people in the Apex that they had at brand risk.
Another
And
weird thing is the main card starts at 4 o'clock next Saturday.
4 o'clock our time.
hmm
Yeah, that's what time it starts normally now.
The main card starts at 4. So the
What the fuck?
prelims will start at like 1.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss them then. I'm gonna miss most of that card. Fuck, because I work next weekend.
Damn,
Shit. Fuck. That's not fun.
that
That's okay.
sucks.
I'll catch.
That's a really good card. I might
Damn
be
it.
golfing. I don't know.
I'll figure something out. Maybe I'll switch weekends with somebody. Fuck it. We'll figure it out. Anyway. Well, everybody, that's that. Max, you wanna take us away and then we'll close out?
Sure. Yeah. As always, appreciate everybody for tuning in. Quicker episode tonight, less than an hour. But this card, there's just not a ton to cook on. The prelims is mostly road to the UFC. The main card is a lot of very predictable matchups, at least on paper. Anything could happen. But it should be a fun card. I'm going to try my best to wake up for it. I know I'll be up for the main card, kind of like you said. I'm up early every day, anyways. But
Right.
That main or that prelim is going to be tough. I don't think I'm going to be golfing. Weather looks awful, so I'll probably be up watching the card. That'll be fun. A little coffee breakfast in UFC. Can't
You
coffee
know,
breakfast and
eh,
violence. So I'm
check it.
excited. Uh, that's all I got, I reckon.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, appreciate it, guys. I'm gonna try to do Squared's thing and tell you guys to make sure to check out our socials. Like I said at the beginning of the thing, check us out on X/Twitter at bench_burner. Check us out at on Instagram and Facebook and all the other socials at Bench Burner Sports. If you just look up Bench Burner Sports, pretty much anywhere you should be able to find us. We're a household name at this point, right? So, but no, but yeah, we appreciate you guys so much. And we love talking about fights, even if it is short and kind of like we didn't have any dissension in this card, and that's cool. Um, and we just like talking about fights, whatever is going on, and we like kind of doing different stuff. So obviously, give us comments about what you guys think about the card, and if you guys want us to do anything different, or if you guys have ideas for us to do stuff, throw it in the comments. Again, sorry, I kind of sound a little sick, stuffy nose, and all that. Working on that. Try to be better next week, but the sickness is going on. I think it's mostly allergies, but we'll see if
Yeah.
we get by them. Um, but yeah, if you guys don't have anything going on in the morning, check this card out. Throw it on. It'd be something to just lay in bed and watch. Like Max said, with your breakfast and your coffee and a little bit of violence. Nothing wrong with it. So, as always, guys, appreciate you so much, and we will be back, I'm sure, next week. So,
Yeah.
peace
Really
out.
quick, correct myself. Imanol Rodriguez, Justin Cash pointed out in the chat, he pulled out. So Matt Schnell is fighting Alessandro Costa next Saturday. Bryce Mitchell is actually fighting Santiago Luna.
Also, guys, I just now realized I want to say this because I'm sure there was a lot of people chiming in. I had my comments turned off. So if you guys chimed in on this, I severely apologize. And I'm going to go back real quick before we end this and address the comments that were made. Yeah, holy shit, there was a lot of comments. I am sorry, guys. I dropped the ball hard. What the fuck? Shout out Sniper, shout out Pedicus, shout out Fu, shout out Elvis, shout out Justin Cash. Um, wow. I'm a terrible fucking. I'm supposed to be the guy that's on that. Wow.
I thought you were just you said there's no comments. I was like, I mean, there's not that many, I suppose.
I'm fucking wow.
Well, yeah, there you go.
That is
Matt
why I
Schnell,
was like running through shit so fast because I was like, "Where's the comments?" I had them turned off. I always have the stream up here because I don't have the YouTube on my laptop. Max has got all those tools over there on his side. Um, I need to figure out how to like be able to do that here. I could just pull up YouTube to the side, but then it would throw me off. But sorry, guys. Shout out Justin. Shout out Sniper. Shout out Elvis, Pedicus, Fu. You guys were there and I was not, but anyway, we'll do better next time. Fuck, I'm just scatterbrained today, guys. A lot going on. Had some bad news today, but we will roll on. Make sure to tune in, guys. And yeah, I think that's about it.
yeah.
Sorry, y'all.
No,
All right.
that's all I got. Hope everybody has a good evening, and whoever watches the card, I hope you enjoy it. I will be in there watching. So.